Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it, and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing a millennial reference, 8090. This is the Girard-Perragaux 250 GT TdF Tour de France. 40mm in stainless steel. It was part of a 2,000-piece limited run celebrating the relationship between Girard-Perragaux and Ferrari, which ran from 1994 to 2004, and specifically the 77 examples of the Ferrari 250 GT Tour de France that won its namesake Tour de France Auto 3 times during the 1950s. Of course, the Tour de France Auto, running from 1899 to 1986, once a multi-stage road rally in France that would be contested between the great marques of Europe, and a couple of Americans were thrown in, but we're celebrating the finest in Italian style and Swiss watchmaking right here. We are all about Ferrari, and the nice thing about the Girard-Perragaux Ferrari watches is that they're already becoming classics and sought out. It was a sincere union of interests between Luigi Macaluso, 1970s European rally champion and president of the Italian Karting Association, the owner of Girard-Perragaux, and of course an Italian, and his fellow Italian industrialist Luca Montezemolo, the president and CEO of Ferrari during the 90s. It was a natural matchup and an organic one, born of friendship and mutual passion for machines big and small. And this 8090 is an eminently desirable, versatile, one might even say universal article to come out of that partnership, as it looks good on any wrist in any occasion. 40mm in stainless steel. The watch is not thick, nor is it particularly thin. 13.9mm, but nicely sloped, so it will slide underneath the cuff quite easily. Lug to lug, it's 48.9mm, so you're going to find that this watch is still wearable on a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. The spacing between the lugs is 20mm, so if you want to throw this one on a strap, and navy blue with a white stitch would be killer. That is the spacing, 20mm. Of course, Girard-Perragaux making its bracelets, making its cases. It is a full manufacture. The timepiece here beautifully made with a case in a style evocative of mid-century chronographs, as there is a sharp break between the caseband itself and the lugs themselves. Of course, the bracelet nicely made with staggered link size, staggered link finish, staggered link alignment, and a double folding clasp, which I always find is ideal for a smaller wrist because it doesn't have the single folds, one big up and over that can pinch. You can see the links are held in place by screws, no pin sleeves here. This was not an entry-level watch. The case is voluminous, it's shiny, it's handsome, it's nicely executed. This is a pre-owned watch, so I want to make sure you can see all of the marks. There's a little bit of a mark on the lug, and you can see at the base of the bezel there's a small scuff. But the watch is an honest timepiece showing original condition and a dial that is to die for. The satin finish of the bezel contrasts nicely with the polish of the case. The shouldered chronograph pushers have a nice body, volume, and stance to them on the side of the case, and the dial, let's get a little bit closer, give ourselves some more light, is luminous metallic blue, and this was long before blue became popular. You can see there's a splash of red on the chronograph minutes hand, a few shocks of yellow, dominant blue, polished silver chapter rings. There's a darker snailed guillot-shaped blue for each of the sub-registers, and of course Arabic numerals. There's a tachymeter outboard for gauging the speed of an object over a fixed distance, such as a standing kilometer or a standing mile. I should mention that the Girard-Perragaux modifications to the base caliber, the ETA automatic base in this caliber 2280, redesigned the chronograph to work with a central minutes hand. So you've got a minutes hand that represents radial 60, so 60 minutes read outboard the same way you would read 60 seconds using the seconds hand. Plenty of loom, there will be a loom shot. You can see that there is a 24-hour sub-register at 9 o'clock, so you know, for example, whether you're looking at AM, PM. Are we approaching 4 AM or are we approaching 4 PM? Well, you look over and you can see we're well into the PM range, and that's ideal for you 24-hour race fans. If you're like me and you watch the entire 24 hours of Daytona or Le Mans, that's a handy little piece to maintain your spot. Now, it's important to remember that the dial is fully loomed, so every single register, look at all the subs as well as the hands at center for minutes and hours. Easy to read underneath the case back, which features the Ferrari 250 GT Tour de France, 77 of which were made from 1956 to 1959. There is that 2280 movement. It's an ETA 2892 automatic base, bidirectional winding, 28.8 beat rate. It features a 40 to 42 hour power reserve and Girard-Perragaux modifications to create this vertical clutch chronograph system with the radial display of minutes. 30 meters water resistant. It's not an aquatic sports watch, but it's perfect for those of you who are high and dry at Daytona Speedway rather than Daytona Beach. You can see this Girard-Perragaux Ferrari 250 GT Tour de France chronograph and make it yours on the watch box. Girard-Perragaux Ferrari 250 GT Tour de France, reference 8090 by night.